Welcome to the first ever tutorial classroom video for workout number 1 on the TunesTrainer channel. Typically, these classroom videos will be as concise as I can make them without waffling on too much, but just focused on explaining any tweaks and variations in the specific exercises for the workout. Workout number 1 has 3 exercises, and I'll go through each of those quickly here in this video so you can understand how we can progress them or regress them depending on your fitness levels and your ability levels, okay? Also, I want to briefly mention equipment. In a lot of the stuff we do, it'll be body weight, but of course, we're going to kind of step it up and transition into using some form of simple equipment. Now, we have here resistance bands. We're going to be using these and also the ones with the handles over the coming sessions and the coming days, weeks and months. We're also going to be using dumbbells. I think it's highly beneficial to have a small set of dumbbells. You don't need to go crazy heavy. If you're in a gym, no worries, you've got what you need. But at home, for example, I think if you look on my website, the link's below, I recommend a few of these. They're not expensive at all, but having a set of resistance bands and some dumbbells is highly recommended. And it's going to help you as we go into other workouts on the channel. So just bear that in mind. Secondly, weight selection. When it comes to the dumbbells, and we're using those, or I'll talk about the bands in a moment. With the dumbbells, I would typically say try and aim for a weight that would be considered medium to somewhat light, not completely light and not crazy heavy. If you could do 12 to 15 repetitions with good form of an exercise, that weight that you would use would be what we want to stick with for the start of the workout. If, however, you find that it becomes too easy or your form is starting to break down, then you would want to change the weight. All right, so bear that in mind. When it comes to the bands, all bands come, different colors, but typically different thicknesses. And this one here is a band that essentially I would call it like a light medium, because for this exercise, you'll see we'll be able to step away to make it harder, get closer to make it easier. I wouldn't want to bring over here some super thick band that I could hardly even move, but that's something to bear in mind when you use these bands here. All right. Now, let's jump into the exercises. Exercise number 1 is what I call a knee out exercise, and we also transition into the mountain climber exercise, and it's done both with slow tempo and also kind of more of a plyometric ballistic paced tempo. You'll see what I mean. So we start the workout, when you check it out, with knee outs, which is working our oblique muscles, the side of the core section here, and through stabilization, it's also working pretty much most of the core and the lower back. Indirectly, you'll get in the shoulders, because you'll see why in a moment, how you're holding your body weight. But we would start, and if you have a mat, by the way, you can use a mat. We'll start in a push-up position or a plank position, okay? Actually, move this way a bit. And if this is uncomfortable to start with for you, you can always come to the knees and perform the exercise. But typically we'll start here, lift the hips a fraction. We don't want to drop the hips down here. We want to lift the hips a fraction, keep the tummy tight, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. Now what I'm doing is I'm actually bringing the knee around, so it's almost coming towards my elbow. And then doing so, I also kind of tilt the body a little bit here and come round. And there, in that position there, I feel this contraction through the obliques, and I come back down to start position and then repeat the other side. Doing so, or doing this here on your knees, if you prefer that, it's a little bit less tension on the shoulder, would be here, come out, so you don't want to be here, you want to be down here, then just 1, there, okay? I also like to make sure that I kind of brace my core before I begin the move. And as I'll say with nearly all the core stuff we do in the different workouts of that channel, brace the core and pull in the lower abs towards the spine, and exhale as you come out. So there, and I'm bracing my core, pulling this in, and then performing the move. Now, the other exercise which we move into throughout workout number 1 is the classic mountain climbers. We both do a slow one, which you can do if you're a beginner. So it'd be here, instead of coming out, you're going to come in and back and back. So the hips are up a little bit and back, and also with tempo. So we'll be here, that sort of thing, okay? And you'll see the video. But do what you feel most comfortable with. As a complete beginner, you'll probably find you're most comfortable just coming in slowly. That's fine. Just adjust it to suit you, okay? That there is exercise number 1. Let's move on to the next one. Exercise number 2, we're moving into a thruster exercise. Throughout the channel, and the other workouts we have and we'll be doing, there's different tweaks and variations of the thruster exercise. But for today, we're doing it in a hammer grip. Weights, I have 12 pounds. These are a comfortable weight for me. They're nothing crazy. And the exercise, very simply, is with a hammer grip. So it's like this, you know, like hammer, not here, not here. And we're going to do a kind of a 2-part move. So it's a combination of an overhead press and a squat. And the way I do it is this. I come here, dumbbells just above the shoulder, like this, and then come down, down, down. I'm bracing my core throughout the move. And the important thing here is to make this a 1-part move, not 2-part. What I mean by that is a 1-part move is in here, and then it all goes together. And at the top, we don't lock our elbows on this one. We have a 9%, like a little bit of a bend there, a kink in the elbow. Come in, hips come back. Now, when I say about a 1-part, 2-part, a 2-part move, a lot of times people start this exercise and they'll do this. They'll come into the squat, come up to here, pause, and then push. You want to use momentum to make it a 1-part move. So here, here, like that, okay? That's how we're going to do this exercise. If you are a beginner and you say don't have weights, or you find the overhead portion gets a bit tiring throughout the workout, you can switch into a bodyweight squat. I'm going to do this. Hands up front, breathe in. And the thing, a lot of times with my bodyweight squats, I like to bring the toes out of fraction, so the knees track across the toe, outwards a little bit. I find I can get a little bit lower with my hips, but also it just feels more comfortable. I mean, you could do this, but I kind of like to come here. That's your choice, okay? So that's what you could also do as an alternative there. Heels, try and keep on the floor. And when you're bringing the hips or the bum down, if you find yourself doing this, try and focus on getting the heels down. And if you just come to here, not so bad. But bear in mind, if you do this and your weight's here, you're going to tip forward. So try and sit back in and push up. And that's another reason why you want to be sensible with your weight selection. That there is exercise number 2. Now, exercise number 3 is where we're going to transition, blah, blah, blah. We're going to transition into a bicep exercise. If you don't have resistance bands, then you can go and use dumbbells for a standard dumbbell curl. So we'll be doing this. Okay, standard curl. Try and keep the elbows at the side. One thing you'll see me do in a lot of our workouts is I do a staggered stance. And I've been doing this quite a while now in my fitness journey, because when I curl, especially with a heavier weight, I can do it here, no worries, but I feel that sometimes I get kind of like a sway in the hips, even with the core tight. So I'll come here and I'm like, right, I feel more set, I feel more stable, and I can curl, and my legs here, my knees are kind of act as a stabilized, suspension, okay? So it's into my knees more than my hips, all right? The same will apply using these bands. And I think, did I mention to you? I should do. My bands are attached, so I put these brackets up, and you want to make sure you have the band on something secure. I've tried in the past when I first started doing things on like a door handle, and as I was doing, I was thinking, well, I don't know, is that going to be okay? As long as it's secure, yes, but make sure, for goodness sake, you have something solid and secure, a pillar or what have you, that you know is not going to come back and slap you in the face. This, I did this myself. I'm confident it's secure. There is the band. Okay, so what I'm going to do, underhand grip, and this one I call a top curl or a high curl. I'll step back, stagger the stance, and I'll bring the hands up, and I'm going to bring the elbows up. I'm not down here. We've got other exercises where we'll do it from the low point. When we come up here, curl up and back, curl up and back. I'm also retracting my shoulders a little bit, keeping the core tight. Breathe out, in. And as I come up, I'm trying to tilt my thumbs out like this, keeping the elbows up, and then come back. There and there. And on the final one in workout one, I do a slow negative. So I'm up here at the point where I want to stop. And I just come slow, 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 stretch, and then stop. All right. So that's how you'll be doing the top curl with the band. If you want to make it harder, step further away so there's more tension. If it's too much, come closer. This will be a little bit slack, but at the contraction point, it should be nice enough. All right. Okay, that's our 3 exercises with the modifications and tweaks. I hope it helped you. Please let me know in the comments below if there's anything that wasn't clear and you'd like if you'd like any more help, I'd be happy to help you anytime. Feel free to subscribe and like and join me on this journey. Until then, I hope you enjoy the workout. It's an awesome song, probably my favorite song, and I look forward to the next workouts we do together. So off you go. You're on your own, almost. I'll see you soon.